Right, okay, so here we are back at Exehaven and at Budleigh Regis station, trying to work out the curve. Now, originally I'd had 4 platforms in there, and it's become apparent that I can't quite fit it in. And moving on from that slightly, even if I have 3 platforms, I'm really struggling for room for my goods shed and my sort of small engine facility that will eventually come in here. So I've got to this point here, and I think I'm about to change it again. So bear with me, and the next segment you'll see will be a newer track arrangement, although it might not be much different from this now. I might actually curve this the other way slightly. We'll go in and then round possibly, but it is a matter of the reason that I'm running out of room is I want some room to do the town of Budleigh Regis as well, or model some of it. And with 2 platforms it would work, but like I say, I just need the room for the engine shed and the goods shed, so I can have a small goods facility, which it would have had. And again, if we've got trains coming in from across the country into Budleigh Regis, there should be a small engine sort of facility as well. So yeah, I'm still working it out. Version 1 I'd got in place, and I was sort of fairly fixed on it, and then I thought, oh, well, they've got no room to do anything else. So yeah, I'm working on it, and I'm getting there, I think. So see you in the next segment. Right, okay, so about an hour or so after the last segment, cleared a lot of stuff out, and I've got this coming in here now from the main line at the back there. So the S curves, I've made them out of the the 4th radius curves that I had for the helix, funnily enough, and I don't like the end bits, so I've chopped them off the set track. So come the time, there'll be some replacement sleepers going there once it gets ballast. And then I've got it splitting out now. This outer line will eventually lead into a locomotive facility, which will probably be down here or up here. I've got a little bit of room there, so it'll probably be more here than anywhere, but it will also serve at some point, and imagine this as a point from about here where an engine can come out and turn round and do something like that. Now over here we've got the point that will split into the 2 main platforms, which are here, and I've made room here. Obviously, like I say, there's going to be obviously a turnaround point where the engines can swap round to the other end. I think that's working for me at the moment. And also I'm creating another platform to hold 4 coaches for like regional or local services to go into. And like I say, these will be the 2 main platforms for the larger express trains, depending on the time of day, obviously, because if it's quiet, then the signaller may put a local or regional into one of these platforms as well. So yeah, it's given me a little bit more room up here for the goods shed, because you've got to imagine that the station building will be here, and there'll be a road that sweeps along here, and then it will probably come down to the seafront down the bottom here. Yet to be worked out, but I think this is going to work. There may even be a bridge across the station, which is something that I wanted just for a visual thing, but that may not, that may look a little bit silly yet, but there will be. I'm hoping to have like a retaining wall up the back here, and then some low relief buildings running along the back, slightly raised. Like I say, you know, the Victorian engineers would have dug this out or something like that, you know. So we'll see. But with all the room that I've got, I mean, down in this corner at Budleigh Regis, there isn't huge amounts of room. But everything is a compromise. And I'm compromising with the space. It's amazing how much room N-gauge stuff takes up. This goods shed, it's quite big. You know, even though it's a single row goods shed, it's quite big. And it's befitting of Budleigh Regis because it is quite a big seaside town. You know, you've got to imagine it somewhere like Brixham or somewhere like that, I guess. But yeah, so it's coming together, and I think I'm quite happy with that because we've got 3 platforms, 2 main ones and another one. There's room for an engine facility over the back, although it won't be big. And there will also be a run round track on this platform here. It'll help with a little bit more storage. The only compromise I'm going to have to make here, I think, although I might be able to get away with it if I do the platform down here, because I was just thinking of one platform down here. Thoughts as we go, thoughts as we go. I'm not going to be able to get a run round track everywhere, I don't think. Anyway, more to ponder, because I think it's time for a cup of tea. Be back to you in the next segment. Right, okay. Moving on, probably another hour later, after a cup of tea and a good ponder. I think I've come to the realisation I can't have 3 platforms. So it's going to be 2. It's going to be a main station with 2 platforms. There will be a runaround for out of the platforms for for the engines coming out here, and there will be a 3rd track running down the middle and out there. Now the main, sorry about that, that was too quick. The main platforms start here, run right down, 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 and end just up here. Now obviously I've just put the points in at the moment just to sort of give an idea of the track plan. That will be organised a little bit differently in terms of this point will be past the end of the platform there, because then it will give the throw room to move. Sorry about that. And yeah, so the track splits down there. This will go to the engine facility at the back here. There'll be a platform running right down the edge here, and a platform running, where's my finger gone, right down here, like I say. So I think that's my final plan. I want to keep it reasonably simple. It was just too complicated with 3 platforms and 4 platforms trying to work out how the engines were going to run around. Thank you, Stephen at Exehaven Harbour, for bringing that up in the last one. And to be honest, I had been thinking about it, but I hadn't really put a lot of thought about it until I've got to this point. Trying to get the finalisation of the track plan down. There is a nice curve, nice sweeping curve in the platform, which is what I wanted. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it all yet, but I'm probably either going to the large station that Scousings do. I may build that, but I may actually use the sort of plaster card brick and paint it and make it my own. and buy some windows. I've seen loads of windows. I'll have to make a decision nearer the time for that. But yeah, it will be sort of scale scenes but kit bashed, and we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think I'm quite pleased with that, you know. I know that's a little bit, that little sort of S curve up there. I've used the set track just because it was easier to do that rather than, you know, sort of use some flex track. And I think that will work quite well, because that will be, a lot of that will be disguised. I think there may even be a little short tunnel there just after it comes off the main line. So obviously that's all in the future, and I can't wait to get there. But once I've done this, then I can start building the station, and then we'll start looking at the town. And I think this is where I'm going to actually make a start on doing the scenery. So it'll be this whole section running down here right into Budleigh Regis, and the town will sweep down here. Obviously you've got to think it will be over the other side as well, but it will sweep down here to the beach scene that I hope to have one day. And I hope to really sort of scratch build a lot of the buildings, or certainly I've seen some lovely laser cut kits, which I'll certainly use a couple of those, and we'll take it from there. But hopefully the next time you see this, the track will be sort of kind of laid, really, and then I'll be making sure I've got the correct gap for the platforms and the track to run down and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I've finalised that. I'm quite happy, actually. It's not overcomplicated, but it should look really good. So there we go. So I'll see you in the next bit. Right, so platform 1 is in. It has taken ages just to get that curve just right. So the beginning of the platform is around about here. Obviously it'll just curve round and down to there. It's enough for 8 coaches, maybe 8 coaches and an engine actually. So it's lunchtime now, so the next piece will be platform 2, which will be this piece, or these pieces that run up into there, and then we shall get the middle track in, and then I can space that out with my Pico track spacer. So yeah, so not too bad. Like I say, it's taken me a while, but it's nice to sort of spend some time and just getting things just right. Of course, those pieces right over there are difficult to get to. Took me a little while to sort that out. You know, being a novice when I first started this, I hadn't quite thought that through, but with my little 2-step ladder, I can get to it, it's not a problem. So there we go. Right, so basically I've got the track down. What I need to do now is cut the cork underlay, which is ongoing. I've run out of time. And yeah, this is the running. So we're off the main line up there. Got the first point just there, which splits the track into two. A couple of more points. The little siding up there is where the goods yard is going to go. And then we come down here. Now this back track is just, I've just put this in for now because I feel a scale scenes model or the like coming on for a small sort of engine shed where the locos can go for a little bit of maintenance before their return journey or refueling. It'll be down there, and this will probably split somewhere in here as well. So there'll be a couple of tracks going in, and we'll do that. But I need to see how big that is first, so then I can work that out. Right, so the middle track is the reversing track when a train comes in. So either platform can come out either way there and come straight back out. and we can go up to there and come back down into the maintenance area. And so we've got platform 1 this side on the outside edge, and that sweeps round in a curve there, and platform 2 is just there. That sweeps right out to there. So if I come back here slowly, sorry if I'm doing that, and there we have the curve into Budleigh Regis, and I'll show you from the other end, so I'll be back in a mo. And of course from this angle you can actually really see the curve going in there. Quite pleased with that. That's taken all day to do that, and I think that will be it for this episode. It's been a bit of a tough last 2 weeks, to be fair. Heating not working, as a lot of you know. We had a whole week without that. It's taken a while to get the engineer round. We need a new boiler, so more expense. Not only that, the underfloor heating didn't either, so we're waiting for the electrician to come back for that. We've got some more work ongoing in the conservatory. We've got a blind going in, a roof blind. So it's all go here. There's been lots of things going on, and my daughter's moved out. She's moved into her first home with a boyfriend, so I've spent a fair bit of time running bits and pieces backwards and forwards. So, you know, this constitutes almost 2 weeks work, where really it's taken me today. This is the first day I've had to really get at it. So obviously I've done a few bits and pieces the other week where I was starting to plan it out, but I've got to the final point of where I want to be. So hopefully we can get really cracking now. And I think earlier I said in another segment, I want to get this bit done, and then I'm going to start building the station. I've got the sort of, I suppose it's going to be a small TMD, I guess. And yeah, those buildings, and I'm going to really get cracking on this section over here. This is where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going to start all the scenics. We get some hillsides and sort of cliffs in and all that kind of stuff, and all the stuff that I've been really looking forward to. So hopefully in the next sort of few months over the winter we can really start making some inroads on that. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for all your support and watching. Thanks for all the comments last time. A few more subscribers on board. Welcome to you guys, and thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Cheers.